Hello everybody, welcome to our first tutorial for AutoCAD Plan 3D 2016. Today on this tutorial we're only going to talk about how to create a new project and minor navigational things about the software environment. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to start by clicking, once you open the AutoCAD 3D program, you should be able to see this window where there will be an option of get started. So we're going to click on create a new project, which should pop up this window. Here we have a chance of naming our project. I'm going to call it tutorial 5, why not? And here you can also add a description of your project and change the location of your project and whatnot. Go ahead and click next. The second page is very important of the project setup wizard, is where we make our unit selections. So we're going to choose metric and millimeters. Go ahead, click next, and here we're given a chance to choose the proper PID symbology standard. We're going to choose the ISO, even though we're not going to work or I think at all on a PNID diagrams, but just so that we have made the right choice. Go ahead, click next, and next we have here is locations of your different files. I suggest you leave them as is. Click next, next again, and here you can also make a selection here and click finished. If you were to select that box, it would pop up that project manager properties window where we saw from process engineering. You can fill out extra information or choose extra things. So currently we're just going to ignore that. Just click finish. And as you can see, my computer is being a little slow, but besides that, once it has finished, what we would see is the new project being populated into the project manager window on the left hand side. Okay, just about done. There we go. So here we see our project name, tutorial, and there's three options: PNID drawings, Plan 3D drawings, and related files. We're mostly going to work under the Plan 3D drawings. Currently there's no files underneath it, so we're going to right click the Plan 3D drawings and click on new drawing. So here it gives you a chance of naming. I'm just going to call it test. Click OK. It should bring us right into our model environment. Okay, so the first things first, make sure you have this little navigation bar on your screen. If you don't have it, I'm going to quickly show you how to get it here. So this little ribbon at the bottom is actually quite useful, but right now we're going to select our workspace switching. You can see there's a little gear symbol there. Go ahead and click on that, and currently we're in 3D piping, but we're going to click on PID PIP to switch our work environment, and go ahead, click on the view palette and make sure this navigation bar is selected. And if you press that one, if you don't have it, this should pop right up. So let's go back to 3D piping. Okay, so first things first, right here on the navigation bar, what we have is one thing really useful is the orbit option. So you can just orbit around your object and whatnot, and to get out of any function or any settings or anything, just press escape. And if you were to have a mouse with a scroller, if you press and hold your scroll button, the third mouse button, and that will become a pan, simple pan, and your scroller is usually the zoom in zoom out option. And then what else? Okay, so if you were to have the orbit again, maybe I can show it better this time. As you can see, it would orbit around a certain point, which is very useful. But what happens is sometimes you lose your perspective. You have no idea which direction you're looking from. So if that were to happen, I'm going to press escape to get out of there. You can go right over here. If you have switched it from a standard view, it would always say custom view. Just click on that, and you can choose any isometric view you want. I usually choose SW isometric. It gives a nice little view here. So that's one of the tricks. So for our system, a couple of things we're always going to have on is we're gonna be in model space. So just leave that alone. We're just gonna work on model space, but if you click it again, it will go to paper space and vice versa. Here, we're gonna have our display grid on. As you can see, this little blue, usually glowing blue means on. If you turn that off, it disappears. I find it's a lot easier to have it on. And most of the time we're gonna restrict our cursor orthogonally because we're going to do actual structures and equipment, so we do want to stay within the plane properly. So I would have this turned on for now. See, as it goes glowy blue, that means it's on. And one major important thing in AutoCAD is always going to be the snap on. So which means when you have a line or object, which point can you select? It's actually very important. So go ahead and click on the little down arrow on the snap on, and here it would give you an overview of which options you have selected. So I'm going to show you. Go ahead, click on the object snap settings, and right now I have selected endpoint under the object snap tab here under the draft settings. Endpoint, midpoint, nodes, intersections, perpendicular, nearest. Nearest, you can select it. Sometimes it's useful, sometimes it's annoying. I'm just going to deselect that for now on, and go ahead and press OK. Okay, so pretty much that's all we have to do on this tutorial. See you guys on the next one, where we're going to build a grid so we can work off of a grid. Okay, see you then.